one of the things that we will look back on is, and I think I'm thinking about 6 platforms, the 6 big platforms: Google, Facebook, Amazon, Tencent, Alibaba, and then I would add in TikTok. I mean, TikTok is running, as best I know, about 7 billion in terms of advertising, so it is meaningful. I mean, Amazon would be running at about 5 billion a quarter, or 20 billion, and obviously Google 160 and Facebook 62, whatever it is. These are last year's figures, but TikTok I'd put in there as well. Those 6 platforms are going to emerge from the COVID crisis, 3 in the West and 3 in the East, with huge advantages in terms of data. I mean, Amazon, for example, must be accumulating consumer data which make targeting extremely effective, or more effective, and the pricing cost per thousand, or the targeting, the performance of these media are increasingly, I think, becoming more and more effective in the course of this recession. So I think that's another permanent effect, and that's multiplied, Andy, by what Google announced and what Apple has announced in relation to third-party cookies. I mean, the premium, Google have said they're not going to, despite the COVID crisis, they're not contemplating delaying the nixing of third-party cookies, making it longer than the 2-year timetable they've already announced. That means, I mean, a number of publishers are going to go to the wall, I would say. A number of companies in the ad tech ecosystem are going to go to the wall. Maybe that's not a bad thing, because we were talking about the ANA before, and members of the ANA are very concerned about fraud in the system. And if that cleans out the system, makes it more effective, that's no bad thing. But publishers are going to go to the wall, and as a result, clients, instead of being able to rely on their data sources for third-party cookies, are going to be pushed back and forced back to those 6 platforms in a more sophisticated way. So I really think that one of the things that's going to come out of COVID-19 is a deeper understanding by clients, and we're seeing it already. I mean, one of the big growth areas for us, and we were talking about it on the call this afternoon, is in the data and analytics area, where we're seeing an explosion of interest in the formulation and integration of data lakes and data pools and data assets. I mean, typically these data assets are siloed inside companies, either because they've been built through acquisition, or different verticals or silos have developed different approaches. It might be in IT, it might be in sales, it might be in marketing, and they have to be unified. So we're seeing a very strong interest, and those budgets are not necessarily marketing budgets. They can be IT budgets too. So they're maybe not subject to the same strictures, and they're not regarded as being non-essential, certainly in the short term, as some people tend. I would obviously disagree with that, but as some people tend to think they're non-essential, particularly in the short term. So I think there are some really interesting things happening around the targeting of consumers and the growing importance of that direct-to-consumer relationship.